Hello, Stephen White, Steve Arts 89 here. I just watched the Mandalorian preview. I'm kind of catching up on my Star Wars because I didn't watch it when it came out like 3 days ago. So basically, I know this video is dead. It's not, no one's going to watch it. It's all done. Everyone's watched it. But I did want to see it. I'm interested. I really don't know anything about Star Wars outside of the movies. I didn't watch Clone Wars. I didn't watch any of the other series. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I was a Star Trek fan. I watched Star Wars. I saw it on TV when I was a kid. Then I became a Star Trek fan because Star Wars was dead for a long time. Then I saw the remastered ones on the big screen, and then I saw the prequel trilogy, which I was disappointed by. Then I went and saw the JJ the Disneyverse ones, and I liked the first one. The second one, I wasn't attached to the characters, so it didn't hit me as much as a lot of the other fans who had such a bad reaction to it. It took me a while to realize why people were upset and sort of work out there were some problems with it. And I'm a little bit worried about the next film, but I'm feeling better about it because they seem to be revising a lot of stuff, and JJ is probably just going to rip off the end of the other trilogy, just like he ripped off the start. So it'll probably be good, if not repetitive. But apparently the future of Disney is going, the future of Star Wars is going to be on Disney Plus and on TV. So I'm kind of curious where the TV series are going to go. The only one I really have heard much about is The Mandalorian, but I still haven't heard much. I basically heard it was just Boba Fett was going to have a movie, and now apparently he's going to have a series. Um, it looks interesting. Um, it's a very short trailer. It's only a minute 35, and basically it just shows Boba Fett showing up and fighting people. There's a bit of a standoff. He goes to a beautiful planet. Of course, the effects look beautiful. They look cinematic. It looks like the movies. So quality wise, I don't think we're going to have any issues there. I don't know who's doing the effects. I probably should have researched that. But I wasn't thinking in terms of them. I was just really thinking of what is this going to be about. And the only line of dialogue in the whole thing is some guy saying to Boba Fett, or whichever Fett he is, I always think it's the same costume, same mask. I just think of it as the same character. I know I'm really insulting Star Wars by not being so far into it that I actually know everything, but he says to him, bounty hunters, but bounty hunting is not an easy job, is it, basically? And he just sort of looks at him, and there's no dialogue, no lines. He doesn't speak. So whether he never speaks, and that's something that goes through the whole series, or I'm guessing he has to. But it doesn't show much. He shows up on the planet. There's some fighting. We see some skirmish at night, different ships. It all looks effects-wise good quality, and that's it really. It's really just a little teaser. It's just, okay, he's coming. It's coming. He's coming, and unfortunately, all the Star Wars planets are starting to look like the same, unless that is Tatooine or something. They all are just desert planets with junky built sort of places that look like they're made out of trash. And I'm guessing that's a very cheap aesthetic. You go to a desert, you go shoot out on location, you just build some little shacky looking places and a little compound sort of fort sort of looking thing, and try and give it that old western desert sort of Nimbus 3 sort of feeling. But I'm a little underwhelmed by that. I hope we actually see some. It's kind of sad that I go to Star Wars to see Strange New Worlds because you don't get that in Star Trek anymore. At least Star Wars, they have at least a couple of planets per film. And I'm hoping the series will not just be cheap and be all on the one planet, the one set, and it's just an on location, like they built basically a little fort, a set, basically out in the middle of nowhere, and the whole series is contained to that. I hope it's more complicated. I hope it's like every week he goes to another place to like go catch someone. I actually am now thinking, I don't know anything about certain things. Should I research more? Should I find out more? Or should I just watch it and enjoy it as it comes and not have any expectations? Because Last Jedi and the prequels were disappointing, probably because I had expectations, because I actually liked The Force Awakens, so I had expectations for the Last Jedi. And of course the prequel series I had big expectations because of the original. So I don't know, but quality wise, I guess that's the overall relief factor. The quality looks good, the effects look beautiful, it looks cinematic. Now it's just a matter of what the stories are and how big the story is. If it's just one little story, just one story of him going to a planet and capturing someone spread over 6 or 10 or however many episodes, we'll see. But I'm just going to leave it there. I just wanted to say something about it just because I did think it looked kind of cool, and I was relieved because I was thinking, God, a long time ago, whenever I try and get out of a video, I think of something else to talk about. When they were talking years ago about doing a Star Wars series, everyone was like, can't happen, can't be done, too expensive. George won't compromise on quality. No one's going to want to pay for a big production in case it doesn't go. He wanted 4 years up front or 5 years up front to guarantee syndication or a certain number of episodes, and it got stuck in negotiation hell, I think, for years. I think that's what happened to it. I haven't researched it. I don't know if it was production hell or negotiation hell, but it never happened. Then when Disney bought Star Wars, apparently they said, well, we're going to put it on all our platforms. And when The Last Jedi went bad, I think they sort of saw it as, okay, we screwed up the films, we got Disney Plus, people love Star Wars, let's just do a good job of the TV series, and it should be a win-win. So they seem to just be focusing on that. And I'm not sure if they're going to have similar problems where we saw some great effect shots, the production quality looks good, but will they be able to keep up, not the quality so much, but the size, the scope? Will they be able to have a Star Wars, because Star Wars is so epic, you expect that. And I don't know if the cartoons are less, and if they have sort of made people sort of accept Star Wars storytelling on a smaller level, or are people going to be expecting from the first live action series for every episode to have like that big epic Star Wars feel, or some big scene, some battle, something. I don't know if they're going to run it that way, or if they're just going to do like Picard or something where it's just going to be one story told over certain parts, and it's just seen as a chapter. Each episode is a chapter of a story, in which case it'll just be the last couple of episodes where they spend the money like with Discovery. So I have no idea. I'm kind of enjoying the not knowing, and I'm going to discover it, and I don't know if I should actually go and try and research Star Wars. Should I watch the Clone Wars and the other series, which I think are all animated, or should I just go into the series blind and assume that they're going to expect some people to go in blind and actually make it understandable? I don't know. We'll see what happens. But thanks for watching. And the hoodie is because I was thinking Palpatine was going to make an appearance in the last The Rise of the Skywalker, which I just watched and did a video for that. So I thought, I'll wear a hoodie. I'll do my best Palpatine. And then he's not even in it. So, but we did have Darth Vader's breathing for a second to imply Rey was going to go to the dark side, or that Darth was going to appear, or that Darth has some influence. And I thought, I'm not buying that. I think that is just to get people talking, and I didn't really even mention it. But then I thought about it out later, and I thought, oh God, they probably will involve him in more than being a Force ghost, which is what some people were saying. So, yes, this was my Palpatine, and let's hope the series is good, because Star Trek, God, I loved Star Trek on TV. Star Wars was films. Now Star Trek is so dead on TV and so bad at the moment that I'm looking to Star Wars for my sci-fi on TV, because it's Star Wars is kind of more sci-fi than Star Trek, which is total. It's not even fantasy. The quality's so low. It's just inept, and not actually fantasy. It's just like bad science fiction. But yeah, I'm finding I'm putting a lot of expectations on this series and have some hope for it. So let's see how it turns out. Thanks. Feel free to like or subscribe, or tell me anything I need to know before I see the show if you want to be kind. Thanks. Bye.